Ted's excellent adventure a little soggy after some rain showers, but we are back. We are trying to get settled back in the press box. The fans, they never left. A couple of them did dodge underneath the bleachers, but we are set for the third quarter of play. In this ball game, we have St. Andrews taking on Bishop England. The Battling Bishops starting out with the ball. 12 minutes in the quarter. We're at about 11 and a half minutes now. 2nd and 7 for Jack Canny's ball club. Coach Canny in his 28th year being the head guy. Here's the pitch out, and there was nobody there. Jack Canny, his son, chasing after the ball. St. Andrews will recover it. There is a flag down on the play. It looks like a little miscommunication on the pitch because there was no one there when Canny pitched it out.
Sean Green gets the fumble recovery. Watch it on the replay. We'll try to see what happened here. He goes to pitch it and lost the ball. It just popped right out of his hands. He had no way of, John Canny had no way of hanging on to it. Again, even though the rain stopped, that ball is still wet, and it's rolling around and free game, and there you see Sean Green pounce on it.
During our rain showers, all my notes blew away on St. Andrews, so you're going to have to bear with me. We'll talk more about the Rocks and the Battling Bishops, but first, let's head down to the field for another report from Monica Pellegrini.
Well, Bill, you know, we do want to talk about the Rocks for just a minute. Talking to Coach Jay Spurlock before the game, I said, Coach, are you ready? He said, Monica, we are never ready for football until the first quarter and the first minute of the game. Incidentally, of course, they play Middleton next week in their opening kickoff game, and he said, listen, I don't want the Razorbacks to hear any of our secrets or see any of our secrets tonight, so they're pretty low-key as they face Bishop England tonight. Bill and Ted?
Thanks, Monica. You can bet that Middleton is home right now watching this one on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Try to get a couple notes. They will open up, and one thing I do remember from my notes, that ball game in Charleston County, that's the one that the most people go to.
That's absolutely
in
right.
history. A lot of folks will be out there next week, as will TV2. We'll have highlights on our high school football show. St. Andrews are going to tuck it on in runner. He's down to the 20 to the 15. He'll spin and get down to about the 13. Number 11, I believe.
Elton Rivers running the ball for St. Andrews. Got really no help from anybody. He had to do it all himself. Watch him there. He fakes. He wants to pass. Good defense, though, by the Bishops. So now he's got to scramble. You see him show the ball one more time, faking the pass, freezing the defenders again, and that really allowed him to get about 6 or 8 more yards.
So the Rocks will come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. Threatening early. They're going to look into the end zone to pass the ball, going for the corner to number 8. The pass is incomplete. Very close to the back, a little overthrown. Had there been a couple more yards there, that might have been a completion to number 8 for St. Andrews, Sully Mitchell.
Sully Mitchell, 6'2", 160-pound senior, a state champ in track, and you saw the speed that got him to the corner of the end zone, but they just couldn't get the ball to him inbounds.
We want to get away from football for just a minute. I got a message from Coach Spurlock at St. Andrews. One of their managers, it was written in my notes, I don't have her first name, Cavorsi, one of their managers, had a seizure. She was in the hospital for a little while. She is now out and recovering. We wish her a very speedy recovery and get back onto the sidelines where they need you. Coach Spurlock wanted me to pass that along. We all wish you a very speedy recovery. St. Andrews running to the far side of the field will pick up about 4 off the pitch.
Antoine Bowie, a 146-pound sophomore, running to the left side. Really didn't pick up but maybe about a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and 9.
It's all 2nd and 9. I saw the referee standing on the far side on the 10. I thought he got about 4.
Now they'll
move it forward. You may be the smartest guy. Ted, folks, you can't see it, but he's got his rosters and his notes in these nice little plastic folders, something that I didn't think of because I listened to Rob and he said it wasn't going to rain.
Well, you know, you can't trust the weatherman all the time.
St. Andrews going to pass, looking for the end zone again. They'll lob it up to number 8, Sully Mitchell. Incomplete. Nice play by the Battling Bishops secondary.
Mitchell has been open, as you'll see here in the replay. He's open in the back of the end zone, and a great job by Rivers to get the ball to him, but we just kind of can't battle the defender and get both hands on the ball and come down at the same time.
So it's 4th and 6. We'll see what Coach Spurlock's ball club is going to do. Are they going to go for the first down, or will they go for the field goal? It looks like they're going to go for the first down. On 4th and 6, 9:22 to go in the ball game. They're going to go now. It's going to be 4th and 11 as their tight end jumped early. I believe it's number 96.
A little too much time taken by the Rocks there, so now they're going to back them up. Coming up after this one, it's Goose Creek and Berkeley. And then the finale tonight will be Stratford and Wando, and that should be another dandy as well. You know,
looking back at last night, Ted, what were you most impressed with of all the games? Anything that really sticks out?
The quarterback and the running back for Macedonia stand
the two
out in my mind. A couple of freshmen. A lot of people talked to me today. I was over here watching the Citadel have a scrimmage, and everybody kept talking about those two men. Mr. Broughton, the big quarterback last night, 230-pound quarterback. I guess really we didn't have a game last night that was lopsided or way out of whack. Everything seemed to be on schedule for those guys last night. I was pretty impressed with the whole night, and a crowd of 7,000 too. These guys are now extra busy because, hey, it's like raining outside and you can't sit and watch the game, but hey, you can sure eat.
And a lot of folks have been down there. It's just now probably slowing down back to normal for the folks in the concession stand, buying some food and a couple of drinks to get them through this ball game, get them through the rain delay, and they are now making their way back out here with popcorn and Coke and peanuts and a couple of hot dogs.
You know, this whole Sertoma Classic is really great, Bill, because these people do such a great job of organizing this. All the guys in the Sertoma Club, they do a great job of organizing it and then carrying it out. It takes a lot of people to put this classic on. Great cooperation between the teams, the schools, and the people at Sertoma. We'll be back with more from the 21st Annual Sertoma Classic right after this time out.
Tune to WBTS. That's Walmart's Back to School. Big time food. Big time savings. Walmart.
Always.
Welcome back to Johnson Hagan. St. Andrews driving fourth and about 3. They'll go on a quarterback sweep up the middle. It's going to be close, and it's all going to depend on the spot.
And that's always the case. It's that ever-important spot. A lot of games, they say football's a game of inches, and it is. A lot of games are won or lost just by the spot of the ball. Elton Rivers trying to stand there and make sure that it's spotted correctly, but the officials say, no, you didn't get enough. It's 1st and 10 for the Bishops.
Coming back out, John Canny is Coach Canny's son. He was all-region as a defensive back last year, also as quarterback. 11 touchdowns. You see some of the fans. They are now back into the stadium. Mark Kennedy working his way up the bleachers right here, actually down there in front of us. The Wando cheerleaders you can see in front, kind of regrouping right now. They'll be getting really fired up. Wando will take on Stratford in the last game of the 21st Annual Sertoma Classic. John Canny bringing the Battling Bishops to the line of scrimmage. They are on the 5-yard line, 1st and 10, 8 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the quarter of play. They'll hand to the second back through. They'll pick up about 6 off right guard.
Some of the Wando cheerleaders were telling us earlier today that both in the varsity and the junior varsity competition, their squad won first place and I think won $350 for their school.
Right, it was a competition up in Georgetown, so congratulations to them. Congratulations to James Island last night. They won the Spirit competition Award for the first night. We'll see how they do as they fare in the overall competition, which will be judged after tonight's action. We'll call it 2nd and 3 for the Battling Bishops. They go through the movements on the line, a la the Dallas Cowboys from a few years back. They'll hand to the first back through. He'll get the first down and then a couple more. Right now, let's head down to Monica Pellegrini on the sidelines.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Okay, back to you guys in a minute. Back to you guys. Can you hear me?
All right, Monica, we will send it back down to you in just a minute. Now let's talk a little bit about the Battling Bishops. You know, one guy that they're missing from last year is James Boots Spites, a great rusher in the Low Country last year. He has gone to graduation, so they are trying to fill that hole. Right now, they're trying to get out of a hole. They are on about the 19-yard line, running the ball. They'll go to the outside. Canny will keep it. There's a flag down. We'll get about 5 or 6 on the play.
You know, Jack Canny was saying earlier that his program has gotten better in the last couple of years, and one of the big reasons is because of a very good junior varsity program. There's been a lot of interest there, a lot of excitement, and that's been very good. And as we talked about the junior varsity cheerleaders and all, that really does play a part. If your junior varsity is good and you can build from there to your varsity level, it really does pay off in the long run. And certainly Jack Canny has had that opportunity, and they practice right across the street from Johnson Haygood Stadium over here next to the National Guard Armory. So this is almost like playing in their own backyard.
Bishop England, they got off to a great start last year. They were 5-1. Then they hit a tough streak. They lost in overtime to Macedonia, lost in triple overtime to Hanahan, and then lost to St. John's, and they went downhill from there. A tough way to wrap up the year. And it's hard to get the kids back and into it coming off a second half of the year like that.
And it's got to be a heartbreaker for Jack Canny, who's been around for 28 seasons and has really been able to field some very, very good teams at Bishop England. On August 30th, they will open up at Wando. Boy, what a tough opener.
Canny's going to try to throw that, the Battle of the Cooper River that'll be played next weekend over at Wando High School. The pass is complete and then fumbled, and it looks like St. Andrews will be given the ball.
Levi Green made the catch, went to the turf, lost the ball. You see them pleading their case with the official. Is it a fumble recovery? Yes.
St. Andrews will take over on the 1-yard line.
So St. Andrews doing a little politicking. Elton Rivers down there watching on the replay. John Canny rolling to his left, wants to pass. A right-handed passer just kind of floats it out there, and a catch by Levi Green, and then he drops the ball. Then it gets kicked, and then the Rocks fall upon it.
The replay booth, how are you going to call that one?
I'm going to call it an incompleted pass, and probably not supposed to be St. Andrews' ball. But
I have a feeling they're not going to ask us.
Huh?
I have a feeling they're not going to ask us.
No, I'm not.
So let's call it a completion.
All right.
We'll call it a fumble.
Okay.
And a recovery by St. Andrews.
Sounds good to me.
Rocks get the ball first and goal on the 2-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go. Still looking for our first score of the game. We had the rain showers come through, so things are a little slick, and we'll have another flag. And there are a lot of coaches that have some work to do before next week. We've seen an awful lot of hankies flying today.
Concentration, Bill. I think that's the big thing. I don't know if all the festivities and the hoopla are a distraction to these young men tonight. Obviously, the rain probably has taken their mind, their mental edge off a little bit. They're not concentrating as much as they should. They're taking too long to get back to the line of scrimmage. And so, you know, they're just not thinking, and they're not being mentally sharp, and that really is taking its toll here during this ball game.
We've talked an awful lot about the Sertoma Classic. In a minute, we'll talk about the charities that they help, but right now it is first and goal from the 7-yard line for St. Andrews. Under pressure, the quarterback will roll to his left, throw into the end zone. Incomplete, just trying to get rid of the ball to avoid the sack.
Trying to hit Mitchell in the end zone, but it didn't work. You talked, Bill, about the charities that the Sertoma group so readily gives their hard-earned money to, and we'll show you now those Camp Happy Days and special times, the Charles Webb Center and the Charleston Speech and Hearing Center, and what great organizations they are, and helped yearly by the Sertoma Classic.
I was reading in the program, in the 20 years, they've taken in about $1 million. $400,000 has gone to the schools to help them with their athletic programs. The rest has gone to charity. What a great way to combine the two of them. The pass into the end zone, incomplete. It was almost an interception and a touchdown at the same time, but it'll fall to the turf. It'll be an incompletion.
They keep trying to go to Mitchell, and he's not open. Watch on the replay. This is like the third pass they've thrown to him in traffic that he's not been able to get a handle on, and credit has to go a lot to the defenders. You see right there, for the Bishop England Bishops, Stuart Ferris breaking up that play.
So after being first and goal on the 2-yard line, it is now 3rd and 7. 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. 6 minutes to go in this quarter of play. Again, the Rocks will roll to the left side, trying to get something going. The quarterback keeper, he'll get tackled. I can't see the number. It may be Canny who made the stop. Either way, it'll be a sack, a loss.
Tried to get outside, got tripped off. So now it's 4th and goal for St. Andrews. And with a 5:45 remaining in this period, what are they going to do? Are they going to go for it? Or are they going to try to kick it? I think with the success, or lack of success, that some of the kickers have had so far in the Sertoma Classic. They'd be better off to go for it. Looks like they will.
They'll try to hand it up off the middle, then it's a fake over the middle. The pass knocked down again by the linebackers of Bishop England, and they have done an outstanding job on this drive alone.
Sully Mitchell has been covered like wallpaper every play he's been out there. So you'll see on the replay, again, he's in heavy traffic. He is the intended receiver. A little mix-up there in the backfield between the back and the quarterback. But look at the traffic. Look at all of the green jerseys there. I mean, there's 3 of them, and there's no way that they could complete it.
There were also 2 receivers for St. Andrews in very close proximity. I'm sure that's something Coach Spurlock will talk about when they look at the films again. So Bishop England will take over, 5:22 to go. Canty starting with the ball. He'll look to hand off, and he does to the first back. He'll get about 6 on the play, running to the right side.
I don't know if the rain really has distracted these teams, but really, neither one of them look real sharp right now. Again, I think that mental edge is kind of been taken away. Steve Blanchard coming back to the huddle there after trying to get that play outside. It's second down and about 4 yards to go.
Bishop England will come to the line of scrimmage. They will mark it at the 16. No score in this ballgame between Bishop England and St. Andrews. The start of the regular season just a week away, and yet again, we have another hanky on the field coming from the far side official.
Again, somebody lining up in the neutral zone, offsides, against St. Andrews, so the Rocks are going to get penalized again. They got 8 starters back this year. Bishop England, a little more experience. They got 12 starters back.
St. Andrews has had a real problem with the penalties. They had it first and goal on the 2-yard line. The 5 yards made it first and goal at the 7. They could not punch it in. Got nothing off of that turnover. Now they had Bishop England 2nd and 4. The 5 yards will make it 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. The ball is loose, as Keith Jackson would say, fumble!
I tell you what, when a team makes a mistake and hands you the ball on the silver platter, you better take advantage of it. Let's see if we can figure out how this fumble happened as we watch the replay. There's Canty, gets the ball, or does he? There's the problem. He loses the ball again. It's on the turf. Then somebody kicks it up in the air. Canty trying to get a hold of it. And who comes up with it? Still a scramble. Looks like St. Andrews got the ball back.
Looks like a scrum.
Huh?
It looks like a scrum in rugby.
Rugby, that's right.
In rugby, yeah. We'll be back with more St. Andrews and Bishop England when we return to Johnson Haga Stadium in the 21st Annual Sertoma Classic.
Time's running out for the 91s. Hi, I'm Gene Reed, and today's the day for Chevy savings during the Terminator sale. At Chevy North and Chevy South, we're terminating every car and every truck. You won't even make monthly payments until '92 on over 200 new Chevys. You can drive this new Geo Metro for just $55.88, or this Tahoe pickup with air for just $78.88. Talk about savings. Get them during the Terminator sale at Gene Reed Chevy North and Chevy South, where our business is saving you money.
Welcome back to Johnson Haygood Stadium. Bill Bear alongside Ted Byrne. 3.5 minutes to go. St. Andrews and Bishop England. The Rocks in control of the ball. 2nd and 2 on the 15-yard line. They'll pitch to number 23. Go to the far side of the field. He'll cut it up at about the 20 and get down to the 15, maybe the 14.
Antoine Bowie trying to make it on the outside. Didn't quite get the block sealed off on the inside to make it. And he picked up maybe a yard. It'll be about 1.5 yards, so it's 3rd and about 2 to go.
Coming up next, we've got Goose Creek and Berkeley, followed by that Stratford and Wando, and that will wrap up the 21st Annual Sertoma Classic. And boy, it has been a good one. We're very proud to be a part of it, and we are happy that you are tuned in with us. Now running out of the eye, the Rocks will pitch it to the second back. He'll go to the near side of the field and get wrapped up by number 24, Bishop England. A great stop.
Antoine Bowie on the carry, Billy Simmons on the tackle, but we have a flag on the play. Bill, I got to say that if there were 7,000 people here last night, and I believe there was, there's got to be more than that here tonight, because the stands are pretty much packed on the home side from about halfway up down, and from the 10 to the 10. So it looks like a good crowd. There you see the official marking off the penalty, an illegal procedure penalty against St. Andrews.
You say about halfway up the stands and down. They're also about 3 rows underneath the overhang of the press box for folks who are saying, hey, it rained earlier, it might rain again.
That's
I'm
right.
going to go grab one of those prime seats right now, which they have done, and still great seats just under where we are, which these are pretty good seats as well.
So it's third down and about 4 yards to go for St. Andrews. Excuse me, third down and about 6 yards to go for St. Andrews.
They'll come up the line of scrimmage. They've been moving backwards on the last couple of plays. They'll look to throw it downfield. A flag again. Looks like it may be a holding. The pass will be thrown and incomplete, and I think we may have a holding penalty against St. Andrews.
Stuart Ferris was the defender on that play, number 14. You see him in your picture there. Did a good job. Let's watch the replay, and you'll see him in action. Coming back, wanting to pass. He's looking. He's got plenty of time, so I'm not surprised that there may have been a holding call there. Finally, on the run, off balance, lets it go, and there it is, knocked out of bounds. Good job defensively by Stuart Ferris, but there was a hold on the play. Holding called against St. Andrews, so that'll back it up to the 32-yard line and make it third down and
a lot.
20. Yeah, third and forever.
We still have no score in this game. There was no score earlier when Hanahan took on North Charleston. The first game of the evening, Burke against Baptist Hill, the Bulldogs 19-0 over the Bobcats. Third and forever, as Ted says. St. Andrews coming to the line of scrimmage, looking to go in the other direction. They'll drop back, they'll throw the ball again, looking for a fly pattern into the corner of the end zone. The man is open and in for the touchdown. No, they'll say it is incomplete.
Poor Mitchum. He was wide open and couldn't hang on to the ball. He's pleading his case. I think he thinks he had it long enough, but the official said no. Let's watch it on a replay, and our guys have done a great job of catching all the action here, both last night and tonight. Dropping back to pass. Rivers looks, uncorks one to the corner of the end zone, and Mitchum finally is back behind the defenders, and I don't know. Looks like he's got it on his hip.
It does look like he's got it.
Where did the feet come in?
Right. He must have landed out of bounds there by making it an incomplete pass. A great pass, though, and if you looked on the replay, Rivers not having any problems getting his feet set. All the rain, the stadium, the field rather here at Johnson-Haygood taking the rain very well. I know they had some this morning before the Bulldogs had their scrimmage.
That's right. Even while that scrimmage was going on, it rained, and the field is in excellent condition.
It really is. So, fourth down now, and we'll see number 84 on the near side of the field. Dwayne Lucas left early. That's going to cost him 5 more yards. So St. Andrews going in the wrong direction. They're moving the ball, but not going the right way.
Not going the right way. They're backing it up. The original line of scrimmage was the 23-yard line, and now they're going to back it up to the, looks like the 38-yard line.
What do you call fourth and forever and then some?
Exactly. I call it Bill and Ted's Wonderful Adventure.
Excellent adventure.
Excellent adventure.
We can do a movie on it.
Well, not as well. But it is fourth and forever now for St. Andrews.
Like the sign we saw earlier.
Yes.
Winners never quit, quitters never win.
I think you quoted that correctly. That's what the Burke boys see when they go out before every game.
Fourth and 25, St. Andrews, they're going to run with it. Looking to pass, there's not a whole lot there. Rivers trying to make something out of nothing. He'll get about 6 yards, probably ran about 25, and Bishop England will take over.
Talking to Jack Canny, said, Coach, what's your strengths? He says, probably experience. Well, so far tonight, his defense, and especially his defensive secondary, looks like a big-time strength for the Bishops. So I'm sure the opponents will be watching for that.
Bishop England will take over first and 10 on the 32-yard line. 1:39 to go in this contest. Bishop England looking to be the first on the board at this point. First one on the board may win this ball game. 1.5 minutes to go. They'll pitch to the near side. The ball is loose, and it's fumble, and we'll see who'll get it. It looks like Bishop England retained possession, but we will have to wait and see as the referees are in there pulling the players off one by one. We'll see which way the arrow will go.
Let's watch. Let's watch as they unpile here and see if we can tell who finally comes up with the ball. Coming up with it in his hand was Jeremy Bradish for Bishop England, but let's watch it on the replay and see what great concentration. He can't find the handle, then he gets hit, but look how he stays with the ball there, trying to pick it up, and then gets flattened again. But still scrapping for the ball.
Bishop England will retain possession. It is 2nd and 19 to go. They are on about the 22-yard line. Canny will bring him to the line of scrimmage. The pitch, Canny will hold on to it going up the middle. Then it looks like he dished it off to one of the players. They may get a yard out of that one. Not a whole lot of ground to be made there, as St. Andrews really doing a nice job plugging up the holes on the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd down and about 18 yards to go for Bishop England.
The next two teams that will be playing are Goose Creek and Berkeley High School. You can see and you may be able to hear some of their fans starting to cheer. Both teams making it into the end zone area. They will be next onto the field when this one ends. 20 seconds to go. Bishop England has taken a timeout. They're trying to figure out what play in the playbook, without giving away too much, will be the right one to get them about 75 yards down the field, which is what they need for a touchdown.
And I'm sure that Coach Dingle at Wando's got one eye on the field watching what's going on with Bishop England since BE opens up at Wando on the 30th. 20 seconds left to go in this period.
And once again, some of the fans will start to scramble as a light rain is falling on Johnson-Hagood Stadium. John Canny will go back. He's looking to throw it. There's nobody there. He's going to try to run out of trouble. He gets away from a couple of tacklers, but not the third. He'll go down a loss of about 7 on the play. It will bring up 4th forever and then some.
And what that does, though, is keep the clock running, and the clock will run out as Bishop England takes the final snap. And this period ends scoreless, 0-0 between St. Andrews and Bishop England. We'll be back with our 4th period of play between Goose Creek and Berkeley right after this timeout.